Welcome to today's webinar introducing TeamCloud, the new collaboration add-on to MAXQDA 2022. My name is Dr. Michael Gizzi, and I'm glad to be with you today. I am a professor of criminal justice and a political scientist at Illinois State University, a few hours south of Chicago in Normal, Illinois. I'm a certified trainer for MAXQDA. I do consultations and virtual workshops. My contact info is in the bottom. Co-editor of a new book with Dr. Stefan Rodecker, The Practice of Qualitative Data Analysis, Research Examples Using MAXQDA, which is available for free on MAXQDA Press. Which is a great source for you to learn about more about MAXQDA and to obtain just some really top quality publications, all for free, digitally available. Before we get started, a couple of things of housework, house cleaning, if you will. The first one is, if you're not a member of the MAXQDA Research Network, I highly encourage you to join. It's available at maxqda.com/research-network. Get a newsletter once every month or two. Learn new resources about MAXQDA, teaching, research, info about conferences, etc. It's worth your time, and it won't spam. It won't spam your inbox. If you're new to MAXQDA and don't have it yet, you can get a 2-week trial just by visiting maxqda.com/trial. This would be a good way, if you're still on MAXQDA 2020 and want to learn about 2022, you can check it out. So what are we doing today? Today introduces TeamCloud for you. This is one of the major new enhancements to MAXQDA 2022, the latest version of the software, which came out in November of this year. MAXQDA 2022 provides users with everything you already know and love about MAXQDA, but with a lot of new tools and optimizations to improve your overall research experience. Today, we're going to explore one of the major new features in MAXQDA. It's an add-on feature called TeamCloud, and it's a way to collaborate with others. It goes well beyond the teamwork functions that had existed previously and still exist in MAXQDA. TeamCloud is an add-on. It's a paid add-on for teams of up to 5 researchers, which share files via a secure cloud space. The data is analyzed offline in MAXQDA, uploaded and shared online. MAXQDA's TeamCloud organizes communication, files, imports, downloads, and it's very simple to use, although can be a little confusing for people, so that's the whole point of today, is to make this not confusing. There are 2 types of TeamCloud accounts. The TeamCloud lead is the person who sort of manages the project, and this is the part that's the paid add-on. It requires an actual license. TeamCloud members are free to anyone with the full version of MAXQDA 2022. You just have to create an account for it. I'm going to explain all of this. Our plan is to go through a basic demonstration of the underlying concepts of TeamCloud and then show you actual project data from TeamCloud, going through the entire process in much greater detail. Most of this will be done in PowerPoint because it's hard to demo all of this otherwise, but you're going to see there's some really cool things for you. So if you've checked out TeamCloud on the MAXQDA website, you've probably seen this graphic. And what I want to do is use this in an interactive way to kind of help you understand the basic principles that are going of what TeamCloud is. Before I jump forward, one point, it's really important. TeamCloud is not an online version of MAXQDA. It's not a server-based version of MAXQDA. It is a series of tools that enable you to upload and download data from MAXQDA from different users and import it back into a project. And so it's a collaboration tool, but it is not an online tool. This is not the equivalent of, say, Google Docs, where everything is done in the cloud. You're still doing your work in MAXQDA. So here's how it works. The team lead uploads a project, any MAXQDA project, to TeamCloud. They sign into TeamCloud with the account they create, and again, we're going to go over this. They have a project. They upload that project for the team, creating what we call the first cycle of a project. They upload it to the project, and once it's uploaded into TeamCloud, the team lead invites members to the project. So if I'm the team lead, I would include your email address and a message and invite you, and you would receive a invite to join the project. You would join the project. You would get the email to join the project, and then you would join it, and then you would download the project. And in fact, you will see when you open MAXQDA, assuming you're logged in, that life satisfaction project there, cycle 1 download available. And you would click on it. And it would download to your machine, and it would look like any other project. You would work on the project, editing, adding codes, adding documents, memos, whatever, analysis. And then when you were done with your task, you would upload the project back to TeamCloud for the team lead. You would provide some notes about what you did. The team lead would then get a notification in email and in MAXQDA that there are team member files for you to download to the main project file. It would look like this. You would see Riley has provided some data that you have not yet downloaded. You would click download and import, and it would import into MAXQDA. You would be able to see, and we'll look at these more closely. You'll be able to see exactly what's been changed and import them. At this point, if the project's done, you can end the project, exporting the file as a local project, or you can start a new cycle of the project by uploading. So all 3 of your members have, all 3 of your team members have uploaded data. You've got new instructions for what the next step is. You upload a project for the team to start the next cycle. So cycle 1, 2, 3, 4 can go on and on and on. And then at which point that process continues again. Oops. Whereas the team member would then download cycle 2, work on the project until we reach the end. All right, that's the quick version. Let's go over this a little bit more in more depth. First thing, TeamCloud does require a license. Okay, you can't have just several team members working together. They have to be part of a team. And so TeamCloud works with a MAXQDA subscription-based license. It won't work with student licenses, course licenses, or perpetual license accounts. The TeamCloud lead so is required to purchase a separate license. The TeamCloud members do not need a license, they just need to create an account. Okay? So the first steps for a TeamCloud license, go to the subscription manager on the website, log in, and add the license to your account. So my account, subscription manager, and then or the other approach is if you're buying MAXQDA 2022, you can actually buy the license with it. Okay. So you obtain the license by following the process in here. I'm not going to demo that. That's just the purchase process. And then you need to create a TeamCloud account and then apply it to the license. So you will go to the TeamCloud login or register page, teamcloud.maxqda.com/login or /register. They both will get you to the same place. If you don't yet have an account, just click create new account. If you have your account, you can just plug in your email and address and log in. Important part here, both the team lead and the team members have to create accounts, and team members can't be invited to a project until they have their own account. You can't just send an email to someone inviting them to TeamCloud. They need to actually be in the system first. So I'll show you the error that happens with that. So to create a new account, you click create a new account. It brings you to a page to sign up for MAXQDA TeamCloud, the email, first name, last name, password, confirm it, click register, fill out the form. Pretty simple, straightforward. You'll then get a confirmation. Well, you'll get a notification saying, please confirm your account. We've sent you an email. This is also simple. Go to your email. Here's the email. Dear Michael, please confirm your MAXQDA TeamCloud account by clicking confirm. You click it. It then automatically brings you to the TeamCloud website, and initially will say you have no projects available. Okay. When you have questions, please just ask. The next step is to go to the settings, and if you're a team lead, to activate your TeamCloud license if you have one. So you go to settings and you activate the license. I had updated this PowerPoint and the final version of it didn't make it to this computer. My bad. But underneath email address, it will say activate license, and you just type in or paste in the license that you have for TeamCloud. If you're a team member, you don't need to do anything like that, but you can flesh out your contact, change how you want to be displayed in the system. So that's the first step, getting the accounts. Second step is, all right, how do we use it? Well, we'll start with the notion of the team lead, because all TeamCloud projects begin with the team lead. The team lead is the user who creates and uploads the project to TeamCloud. This work will be done in MAXQDA itself. It's supplemented through the TeamCloud website. Some steps will begin in MAXQDA, and then we'll open a browser window to the TeamCloud website. So the first thing is when you start MAXQDA, you're going to notice you're going to see a new tab that says Team Projects. And if you click on the blue tab for Team Projects, it will have a link for you to sign into your TeamCloud account. Okay. So you need to do that initially. You can also access this from the new TeamCloud ribbon right here, which will say the sign in. So once you sign in, you just need to be signed in, but your next step is to just open or create the project that you want to work with. You do this in MAXQDA itself, normal MAXQDA. So I'm going to shut down MAXQDA briefly. I'm going to start it again. Now you're going to notice I am already logged into TeamCloud, so I would have to sign out and sign back in. But I would say I was working on this particular project and I wanted to turn this project into a team project. I would open the project, go to TeamCloud, and then this is where I will begin the process. Okay. So I'm not in a TeamCloud project, so this is all the menu shows. It will change when I open team projects. Okay. So I either create a new project or I open an existing project. I switch to the TeamCloud ribbon and I select upload for the project for teams to start cycle 1. So here is the project that I'm going to use. It's a literature review project. So there's the documents. It's already got some codes that have been created for the team members to work with. And I click upload project for team to start cycle 1. I click on this and it tells me what it's going to do. When I click on this, it will give me a dialog box. I can name the project. I need to name the project. So business strategy, literature review, and then notes for the team. In general, I would suggest these should be pretty detailed notes. They might say, all right, what your initial tasks are for this cycle. So be very specific. Communication is critical in TeamCloud. You'll notice here that in creating this, the user begins with 25 gigabytes of online storage. The local storage is just how much space is on my hard drive, and the amount of space that the project will need. So 19 megabytes out of 25 gigs. So a lot of space. So I click upload. It converts the project into a team project. It uploads the data. And then when it's done, it gives me an icon saying Teamwork Cycle 1 successfully started. So your project is now available in your TeamCloud. You are the team lead on this project. Get started with your collaboration by inviting team members. So you click Invite Team Members. This invite will take you out of MAXQDA to the TeamCloud website. Important point. When you are working in TeamCloud, editing a document or adding codes, doing normal MAXQDA things, you don't need to be connected to the internet. You only need to be connected to the internet for the interactions with TeamCloud. So I clicked invite project members. It brought me to the project page. It shows only one member right now, the lead, me, and it says I was active less than a minute ago. Okay. There's also a project logbook, and a list of files and members, but you click invite project members and enter their email and an introductory message. Remember, they need a TeamCloud account first. If they don't have a TeamCloud account, this will happen. Error, user not found. So this actually happened when I was doing this demo. This means the intended team member is not yet a TeamCloud member. You'll notice in the invite, even though that was an error-based invite, I had a fairly long message for the new member. Send them an email, give them a link to register for the TeamCloud account. TeamCloud, maxqda.com/register or /login, both will work. Just create the account. But register brings you direct to the create the account tool. Okay? The team member gets the invite. Michael Gizzi has invited you to join the project. Here's the first version. So there's a note. You get this in your email. You click join project. A web browser opens and you receive a message saying joining project. Go to dashboard. You go to dashboard. Your project role is member. We're on cycle 1. The cycle started on the 6th of December. Notice it's using American dating, at least in my version. Maybe it doesn't if it's in Europe or elsewhere. Download the project. So the next step, So you're a team member. So the team lead has created the project, has uploaded it. We're now shifting, we're in the role of the team member. So the team member logs in and sees there is a project available. I'm just using an example from the manual, but cycle 1 download available. From the main page, you could click on that and download it, or if you just were in an existing project, you could go to the TeamCloud menu and under Open Team Project, you would see Business Strategy Literature Review TeamCloud Project with a little down arrow, meaning you can download it to download to your account. So that's what you do. Download it to your computer. Depending on the size, it might take a minute, but it's not long. Now all of a sudden, that is completed and you have the exact project file that the team lead has. Now your normal MAXQDA tasks begin. You may have been tasked to add documents. You may have been tasked to paraphrase documents, to code documents. You work on the project, you add documents, you paraphrase, you code segments, you write paraphrases, you write memos, you conduct analysis, depending on where you are. And when the team member is done with all of their tasks, you can then upload the work back to TeamCloud. So I've got data that I've added, paraphrases, memos, comment codes. I've finished what I've been asked to do, or what my job is. I now upload my project data back for the team lead. The other thing in here, as a team member, my menu will look different than as a team lead. So this is the standard menu for a team member. And this is where I'm going to upload data. So I'll show you briefly. So I'm going to open a team project where I am a team member. And here you'll notice I can upload the project for the team lead. I have the project logbook, the cycle. I can see backups and I can export out to create a local project. This is the project where I'm the team lead. Here I have the ability to upload and import as opposed to just upload. I have the project logbook where I can add notes. I can see the comments that the lead has issued to people in the team. I can see how many project members there are, what cycle we're on, and I can see recent activity. And so another account named MAXQDA actually has new data for us. We'll deal with that later. I can see backups and I can go to different backups of it. So if I don't lose data. And if I want, I can export this as a local project, in which case it can then be saved and used however you want. So the team member finishes their work. They are ready to upload the project to TeamCloud. They click Upload Project. I finish my work. In general, I'm going to suggest that oftentimes this should be specifics in terms of the types of things you did, and I'll show you that in another example in a few minutes. I click Upload, and it uploads to TeamCloud. When you upload as a team member to TeamCloud, MAXQDA will completely close when it's finished. The assumption is at that point your work in that TeamCloud project is done until there is a new download for you. So you can just log back into MAXQDA and open other projects. You could open that project too and continue to work on it, but that's going to create problems in the sense that you might have two different sets of uploads and they might conflict because your first set might not have been updated to the server, but it is possible to go back in. So you've uploaded data and the team lead gets notification that a team member has uploaded new data to the project and it's available in recent activity. So, okay, now I know that there's new data. So now we're back to the team lead. You'll notice here I can see under recent activity that it's there, but I'll also see it in the main menu if I start MAXQDA or just by clicking opening project. So my next step is I open the project, the team lead project, and I select import team members files, and I'll have a list of team members to import. At this point, when the project was, there were just 2 of us on the project. Okay. And I will click download and import. Fairly straightforward. Download and import. It will begin downloading the data. And then when it's complete, I'm going to get a dialog box that's going to be very specific, telling me exactly what has been done. In this instance, there weren't any existing documents that were being processed, but instead the team member added a new document group and added 3 documents. Plus, they added coded segments and paraphrases in that version. In addition, it will also show me if there were any sort of document independent elements, such as document group memos or free memos or project memos or code memos or summary tables or questions, themes, and theories, workshops, maps. And that will tell me there. And so the reason why those are checked is I have the ability to uncheck if necessary. I click import. And I will then receive notification that the import log was saved to the project as a free memo, and this is the log that MAXQDA created. It tells me who the user is, the time and date, and what they did. Okay, this becomes important when you're dealing with multiple users, especially if you're allowing them to work on the same documents. I don't encourage that in general, but we'll show you the issues that can happen with that. You're better off splitting up the tasks within a cycle. This information here is also available in a free memo. So every import will turn into a free memo. Also important. When you close that, you won't see the free memo, you'll see this, and when you close this, you'll get this showing import again and close. Okay? I want to talk a little bit about dealing with conflict. If there are more than one team member working on the same documents, MAXQDA has a set of rules that get applied for when users import changes to the same data elements. So, for example, if Richard changes the text of a document memo on Friday, and then Stefan changes the text of the same memo on Sunday, when the data is imported, the newer change will be saved, and the older, the first one done, will be deleted or overwritten. Okay? These rules are found in the TeamCloud manual, which all TeamCloud members should familiarize themselves with. So I'm in the TeamCloud manual, and it walks me through all of this. And then here are all of the rules. There's a long list of rules in terms of elements. So for example here, that if you're working on document memos, the creation or editing date is more recent than the start of the last cycle. There's no newer memo on the document yet. Existing older memos will be replaced. Multiple people editing the same memo, the oldest one will be replaced. Hopefully this makes sense. It is something that has to be thought out. Establishing rules is really important. When when you're dealing with teamwork, it's important that the group members have clear rules. What are the specific responsibilities of each member? Communication's critical. The team lead should use the project log or other communication tools like emails or text messages to clearly instruct team members on what their tasks are. TeamCloud facilitates all of this. Communication between team members comes in a variety of forms. When the team lead uploads a new cycle of the project, there's a log for the team members to see next steps. The TeamCloud project website has a logbook which lets you any member can add to the project logbook. But initially, when you are uploading a new cycle, it will actually give you notes for the team, and this is part of the log process. I've added in a new strategy article. Take a look, edit per my email, make changes to the document memo summary section. Thanks. Being specific as to what I'm asking. The logbook appears on the website. The project logbook, right? Recent activities there. You can click on this to add an entry, and it's just a text dialog box. So let me show you one example of conflicting data. It's kind of an interesting one. Project has 3 members. Both team members edited the same in-selection memo. Stefan added text, Richard edited it, and then changed the name of the document memo. That's a typo, document memo. So Stefan added the memo initially, wrote a definition, And this was right here in the text. Now, we did this intentionally as a demo to show you what happens with the conflicting thing. In general, this is probably less likely that two people would take the exact same segment and create a memo for it. But we're just showing you. Richard edited the memo, changed the text, and he changed the name of the memo. So it's no longer Memo 121. It is now Strategy as Practice. So what's going to happen? Is one going to be deleted? If Richard had left the memo name alone, then the most recent change, which was done by Richard based on the date, would be what got saved, and the older one would get deleted or overwritten. But because the name has changed, MAXQDA has kept both memos. So let me show you this. Excuse me. I've already imported both of these data files, obviously. And notice here, there are two icons for the memo. Memo 121 is there. And if I click on this, just Strategy as Practice is there. And as a result, so I've got both of these. Both of these are present. If the name didn't change, only one memo would be there. Okay? I can also see these two memos in my free memos here. So I'm under free memos and I see here they're both right there. It shows me the user that created them and the time. So I want to show you something here. So let's do something live before we go into a new cycle of editing. So I'm in the instructor, I'm in the team lead app. Oh, this is confusing. Okay. I'm in the team lead app, and I'm going to click Import Team Members Files. Now, this is going to show me here that I've already uploaded the most recent data from the first two members. But this morning, literally this morning, the newest member of the team, MAXQDA, added a new memo in the Mirabu article, created a log entry in a free memo with ideas. So here's how this works. So I'm the team lead. I want to import this data. Preparing the download. We're now up to 22 megabytes, but our project is larger. And now it has been imported. It's loading the data. We're going to see what happens here. It's showing me that only one document has changed, Mirabu, with an in-document memo. I click OK, and see, I could say I don't want that, but I do want that. Click Continue, and it's going to also show me that a new project memo was done and a new free memo. So I'm going to click Import. So here's the free memo, kind of what MAXQDA said and the changes that were made. Now all of the data is current. All of my members have imported. So now it's back to me as the team lead to either make new changes, add additional stuff, maybe do some of my own work, and then start the next cycle. But let's see what happened here. So these two are still here. Strategy is practice, memo 121. I want to see the memos because it said it created a new memo, right? Okay, I was curious what was going to happen. This was literally a live demo for you. This is the new memo that was created as a new free memo. In document memos, we have the strategy as practice, memo 121, strategy as practice, and strategy process. So I had written one. This section includes a good example of what strategy process is. We should paraphrase this entire section. And so there it is, right there. So I was further down. So at this point, assume I had made changes to the project. If I wanted to begin a new cycle. Oh, I also wanted to point out here, home, where is it? The user actually added to the project memo as well. Assume at this point I'm ready for a new level. I would just simply upload the project to start another cycle. It asks me to check to make sure all of the data's been uploaded from the earlier work before I start the upload. And then I type in the notes for the next task. I'm not going to actually follow through on this because there's really no need. So I upload the project to start cycle 2 or cycle 4. I add in notes for the team. I click upload. It begins uploading the data. Tells me that teamwork cycle 2 has successfully started. The team members will get notified of a new cycle, with both an email and a notification in MAXQDA itself. So this actually, I did this morning, got this one in my team member account on a different computer. That's also important. And I download and start that new cycle. And the process repeats. Same process. We started a new cycle, you start editing, you upload until the team lead ends the project, and the project files can be exported to local files. At any point in time, project files can be exported as local files. They just will no longer be part of the TeamCloud. But the existing TeamCloud file is still usable. So you end the project, you export it. But it's important here, if you export it as a local project and you continue to work on it and plan to upload it back, you better make sure that you're working in the TeamCloud version. Only the TeamCloud project is collaborative. If you have a local copy completely isolated from it, make changes, you would have to then use the teamwork import within MAXQDA. Actually, you couldn't even do it. It wouldn't work. You need to work within the TeamCloud project. Only this project is collaborative. If the project's done, the project can be deleted from the TeamCloud website to save server space. If the team members won't be working on another project, they can also be deleted from the team lead's team, as an account provides access for 1 lead and 4 team members. So that's important too. In working with TeamCloud, think about the process. There's an awful lot involved here. And it has the potential to be one of the most useful enhancements for collaborative, qualitative, and mixed methods research anywhere. But it's key to think carefully about the project, collaboration, and to define clear rules. Just as you need to have clear rules for doing teamwork with using the Exchange files that have been available to import data in MAXQDA 2020. Be specific about what you want people to do. Have specific rules as to for coding. What do we code? What do the codes mean? To work well, you need to follow all of the best practices that you should be following in individual qualitative data analysis. There are ground rules you need to think about. Who may, should, and can perform which analyses? How should unsure codings be marked? Should you be using memos or comments? What memo symbols do we want to use for what kind of memos? What color do we add to newly added codes? How do we split the documents? And in fact, we should split the documents or codes among the team members to avoid conflicts. Now, maybe initially this will involve document groups named for each team member with their documents. And then once all of that work is done, the team lead could reorganize the data into the final version for analysis. And then you could split the analysis tasks, set ground rules. You have to think this through carefully for it to work effectively. There's also the one computer rule. It's really important that when you are working on a teamwork cycle that you're working from only one computer. If you have 2 computers and the team member wants to change computers, the lead should first start a new cycle for everyone, and then the new cycle can be started on the second computer. If you're the team lead and want to change computers, start the teamwork cycle on the old computer and then go directly to the new computer without making any changes to the project. Okay. I have a desktop and a MacBook and a Mac laptop. I have it set up right now so that my team member account, which is for demo purposes, is on the MacBook, but my team lead is here for this project. But I also can access the team member account from the second computer. So you just need to be conscientious about what you're doing. So what questions do you have for me? This went fairly quickly, I guess. Small group. So what questions do you have?